Well, that is fucking retarded. That's my awesome fucking lectures, and they're like, fucking, God, you know, I'll just start again. Let's just pretend it never happened. I'll see if I can remember what I said. Is this a game that disables Control Alt Delete? Do I have F10 in this game? No, I don't. Do I have Control Break? No, it just disables everything, so I have to go through this shitty two-step thing. I guess we know where Tomb Raider's designers work at YouTube now. So you press exit game to go to a menu where you have to press exit game. But yeah, here's the thing, right? I have to deal with like 4 or 5 shit interfaces at once now, and it's just getting ridiculous. Like, I think this will be my last year doing streams and shit. Because basically, like, I got to contend with MS-DOS, which MS-DOS is the least shit of them all, because MS-DOS at least is consistent. Well, my stream's bitrate is higher than the recommended level, because if I do it at the recommended level, your ingest servers make it look shit. So pay for the bandwidth and see if I can. I have to do it with Windows 10, because for some reason each monitor decides to run the Windows UI in its own fucking way. I have to deal with fucking OBS, which never fucking works. I have to deal with this stupid YouTube interface, which is now just convoluted to all hell. Like, I have to deal with fucking Chrome to use that. And here's the thing, right? You see this chat isn't actually the Chrome window. The Chrome window's there. This is a pop-out window. So if I try to do anything in Chrome now, that goes away. Which sucks, because I like to occasionally press things and check on things, and now I can't. Which is just fucking glorious. And then there's, like, well, I could probably create a new thing in OBS, but I have to delete the existing one, and I have to grab the whole screen and mess about with cropping, and OBS likes to crash when you do things like that. And none of these interfaces are consistent. They're so inconsistent in how they work. And it's bullshit, because these were principles we had down by the mid-fucking 80s. It's nearly 40 years ago now, and somehow we've forgotten how to fucking do it. And the thing with the Chrome window, it'll capture the whole fucking thing, and then it'll forget it when I start again. It just won't capture anything. Window capture doesn't work, so all I've got is full screen capture. So this is how we have to do it. We have to run a separate window, but the thing is, because it disappears whenever I press anything else, it's annoying, and I don't get why I can't just, in that fucking icon up there, that context menu, why can't we just have an always on top? I've never understood, like, why Windows doesn't have that. Like, applications, maybe, you know, this, that, don't leave it up to the developer. Just give me that. Like, it's a long time since I did fucking, like, C, but I distinctly remember coding for WinAPI, and that flag not been very difficult to add to an application. So just give me it on every fucking application that I can be like, I want this window to always be on top. And it'd make life so easy. It would be so fucking useful. The amount of times I have wanted to do that, and I just can't, because the operating system doesn't add features. It removes it, and then makes the existing features worse. It's getting to a point where this is just, everything's becoming very prohibitive to me. It's, like I said, I don't know if I'm going to do much of this beyond this year, because it's really starting to fucking irritate me. The most simple tasks are becoming so difficult. And at this point, I need such a fucking powerful machine to do this. I mean, OBS keeps nagging me to update, and I don't want to update it. And I know it's going to cause me problems running an old version, because they always mysteriously stop working. But I'm already at 100% load on my CPU, and I know if I upload it, it's going to start lagging, because I just don't have any more CPU power. Now, Tomb Raider is fucking brilliant, because I'm going to have to do this to make it work. Yeah, well, that's because people are fucking retarded. Most people don't seem to make it beyond being a sort of teenager now, at best. So I guess that's what happens when you leave them to design things. The cutscenes are going to keep blacking out, but you're not going to miss much, because they're too dark to see anything anyway, because of these scan lines. It's like those retro gaming, Sound Blaster Live, Quad Pentium Pro, Voodoo, 8-way Sly people. who think DOS had scan lines and they want to fucking put scan lines on Doom or Duke or whatever. This is one of the only times you will see scan lines in DOS. Why the fuck would I use 8.1? This is like the whole Vista versus 7. It's the same fucking thing. I wonder what sort of stories that Duke 4 admin is fabricating about. He usually does. It's usually quite interesting to find out what he comes out with. He's one of those who's never really evolved. He's the same now as he was in like 2008. He's just never grown up. It's like, he doesn't learn. He'll start an argument and he comes out of it looking stupid every time. So, it's kind of funny, but... Feast my eyes on what? I can't see shit in these cutscenes. They're too dark. Core is like a slightly less shit Psygnosis. Like, Psygnosis made games that were crap and didn't work. Put all their time into marketing and just outright lied to you. Good riddance. Core design sort of were just a bit crap at birth. Well, good. This bitch seems like she's got lots of money. Negotiate with her, make lots of money. So anyway, as I was saying before the stream was rudely fucking not working, we'll go through here first. Because I want to know what house to break into so I can kidnap her and tell her not to appear in any more fucking games. Thank you very much. This is probably the only Tomb Raider game you ever see on this channel. I don't know if we'll complete it, because it'll probably break like it did all them years ago. And if it does that to me again, then I'm not going to bother playing through it ever again. And I think it was like 05 the last time I played this. I don't know if it's going to run very well. It's on a 66 MHz Pentium. The box says it will run fine on a 60 MHz Pentium, so I guess we'll put that to the test. I mean, this is faster than the average Intel one. But here's the thing. The control layout in this game sucks. I can't even do anything in this window, which I've never understood, but sometimes it does work. Alt and control there, jump and action to me are backwards. Actually, I prefer a bit different. But say if I do go down there and change that, which it's not letting me do, but if I change those, I swap them, there's no point remapping controls in this game, because the game will still remember the original control map. So if I change jump to action and action to jump, then both of them will both be the jump and action keys at the same fucking time. So you can't really remap the controls. It's probably why the window locks up, because you're probably not meant to come in here. Now on the whole fucking following the system requirements on the box thing, if this was a Psygnosis game, it wouldn't run otherwise. So that's why Core is slightly less shit than Psygnosis. We'll play with the detail levels, idiot. Oh no, that's the resolution. Don't do that. That will make it chunk badly. There we go. No, not that. I can't just hold the button down, of course. Yeah, you can make the game like varying degrees of bad. It's hard to tell which is which. It doesn't seem to affect the performance, so we'll just set it on high because it's not going to make a difference. It runs just as bad. Okay. Who actually does that? It doesn't work. You have that as well, which is just pointless. I don't think anything Core ever made could be considered not a bad game. Let's just go and play a level. And she died. And the game didn't happen. If only. This game could really use some music. Oh, another cutscene that's too dark to see anything and upsets my scaler. No, they're not. I looked into using acceleration, but my Mech 64 doesn't do the ATI SIF well enough, like it's not implemented far enough to run this. My G100 wouldn't do it because it needs the Mystique that came later. And that's basically it, like, I don't have anything else that it supports, so... I might have a Varge version, I forgot to look. I don't have that in any of my machines right now, so... I'll just run the plain fucking software renderer. It all looks about as bad anyway. I mean, I can't imagine those do anything other than apply a smudge of Vaseline. Well, he's dead. What a shame, he was the best character. Maybe if he'd brought guns. Well, you see, when I was in the kids' that fucking knobhead who thought it was James Bond was also, like, really into Indy Allen Jones. So, you know, oh, fucking Indy Allen Jones, bro, he rented loads of them games. They seemed quite well polished in how they handled, from what I remember, but really not my kind of thing. I'd just sooner play Prince of fucking Persia. Oh man, this runs great on a Pentium 66. This is just fucking fantastic. Stop trying to grab. I didn't remap the controls. Probably. I was looking forward to killing the wolves, actually, so... It's the bars I like killing the most. I hate those things. It's a shame I didn't keep that fucking artwork that dude drew years ago. Now, how do you sidestep again? Seriously, I want to know. There is a way to sidestep. Oh yeah, it's on the number keys, like so many of the controls. Are you going to pay attention to what I'm asking you to do, Lara? Stupid fucking bitch. Fucking controls. No, the original Prince of Persia. I'm fucking... I remember my nephew having, like, one of the 3D ones. Didn't know it was on Dreamcast. He had it on PS2. We're winding him up and saying it was the Prince's little perisher. You know, I swear she used to walk up ledges automatically if you double tap the button. I didn't know there was an N64 one either. Okay, where are the bats? Kill them. They're not doing anything to us, but kill them anyway. Ah. Now, you see, this is one of the ways this game controls good, I think. Yeah, you see, I can't jump up there, but I can do that. Nonsensical fucking get... Put the guns away then. Jeez, if I get my gun out all the time, I get arrested. How come she can do it? I used to have a karateka on the Atari. I always jokingly say that's like, you know, fighting style, I know. Watch out, I know karateka. Yeah, I really don't know, like, the library. I'm ignorant to it. I'm sure you just said it was an N64. And how dark does it need to be in here? Can I get around with bounds? I swear I got around with bounds here once somehow. The way this sort of overlaps the steps. See, why is there no music? It pisses me off. Like, feel free to open another tab and put some music on, because the game doesn't have any. There's no music in this game. Isn't there stuff to kill in here? Well, there's those. It's a bit underwhelming. I don't mind games being slow. The games I play are generally slow, but this just takes the piss. I want to play Sonic Adventure again, damn it. This is just fucking annoying me. But I've committed. I said I'll complete the fucking thing, and I'll try, but I can't promise anything. Hey, cool, what's up there? Don't know. It's a gap I can't go through. I guess it's not high enough. It's a wall. Yeah, I just don't get that. It's silly. They should really have had music. Games that don't have music irritate me. Oh. Well, I'm going to have to put that down. I'll just keep shooting it. There you go. So I have to think every time I'm going to press a button. Because it's like, well, what does that button do again? They're in completely the wrong place. You wonder if these people had ever actually played any other game. Or whether this was their fast fucking... Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, it runs great on a fucking fast generation Pentium core. I mean, you know, I can accept the odd fucking dip in frame rate has been a thing back then. They make the pig cop sound, don't they? It's just pitched up. Is that like 3 games we've played with that sound on now? What the fuck is that over there? It's like a Liger or something. It's hard to tell because, I mean, it's probably just like 3 or 4 pixels total making at it. That's dumb. Just put music on all the time. I wouldn't even mind if it was just an ambient track. Like, you know, just wind and, like, you know, whatever. The sound of, like, crumbling rocks. I remember Tomb Raider 4 on the Dreamcast having, like, a bunch of weird noises where you could hear, like, hourglasses and, like, apes and stuff in the background or something, but... like, at least it had sound. It was technically better than this. Oh dear. Somebody's mad. I'm pressing shoost, but it's not shoosting. There we go. It fucking gets there in the end. Everything's so fucking dark. Does everything need to be so fucking dark? Like, I know it's a tomb and shit, but I mean, these areas have inexplicably lit up, so... yeah, but the thing is, it's not, is it? Because it never fucking improved. Like, the second game's basically the same. They kept this same shit engine for at least 5 fucking games for some reason. Like, it's obvious from the start that it's terrible, so hey, let's never upgrade it. Let's just keep it forever. I mean, all props to Core. I think they did at least want to kill it by the time they got round to, like, the 4th one or something. Wasn't the 4th or 5th one meant to be the last one, and then they were just never going to do any more? And like, oh no, actually, we've got the Angel of Darkness or something. Something like that, wasn't it? I know cars, they're all shit, but... Angel of Darkness was like the first game I played on the Pentium D, and I still feel bad about that. But I mean... it's arguably one of the least fucking crummy Tomb Raider experience that I ever had. If you could get the fucking thing to work, because usually it just gave you a black screen when you tried to start it, but... you hear our footsteps are stuck on the right. That's an issue that always pissed me off in this game. The audio system is jacked up, and it doesn't know what to do with panning. And you think there's the thing what I was saying, they never improve anything? It's still there in Tomb Raider 4. It still does it. And I would imagine it's probably still there in Tomb Raider 5 or whatever it was. I can't remember what that was called. That was basically the same game. Oh, it was. But hey, they patched Angel of Darkness, because I had a version of it where, you know, there were certain cheats and shit, and they patched them out. But what I did find interesting with that was how you could get out of bounds in the starting area, and you could get into the tutorial area for, like, the PlayStation 2, and it actually talked about game mechanics that weren't really used. Kill it. I'm surprised I remember this shit's here. I mean, I did sort of practice the first level the other day, but... you see, it didn't run too bad on the Pentium D, but... Like I say, that was assuming you could get it to run. A lot of the time it'd give you a black screen, but... I was never sure quite whether that was the game's fault or the FireGL's fault. Because, I mean, the FireGL didn't really do anything useful for the most part. Okay, where's that door? Not that way. Caves. Well, that's an inspired name if there ever was one. For fuck's sake. For fuck's sake. Don't play with my detail levels. I was trying to save, you fucking stupid thing. Ah, no, like I said, I think people forget what it was competing against. When NetBarst was out, the only other thing you had was, like, the fucking K8, which is a piece of shit. It's slower than the fucking K7. And it's like, oh, it gets hot. It's like, yeah, but so did everything else. Like, computers just weren't very good back then. Like, they had a lot of problems. Like, they hadn't shrunk dice far enough to do these things. Like, what are you comparing it to? Like, current hardware? Of course it's going to suck. There's that stupid bar. Yep, it is and all. Howdy, bar. You fucking bastard, get back here. Well, Bart, if you're not going to come and play with me, then I'm just going to fucking get these med kits. For fuck's sake. I wasn't facing the wall. Stupid bitch. Why can't she just slide along the wall like normal game characters? Let's get the Bart to come back. Oh, shit! Great, I'm stuck. I can't do anything. I think I'm dead. There's no point in healing, is there? Because I can't move. Oh well, she's dead. That's a pity. Yeah, I really wish I'd managed to keep that artwork all those years ago. I don't know why I drew it. It's just dude I used to hang out with, like, hated the bar as well. For some reason, decided it'd be funny to draw the bar having decided to kill Lara as it does, and then just taking a dump on her fucking face. It was quite funny, really. I saw you running there, bar. Fuck you, die. If only the controls would fucking work. It's dead. Keep shooting it. Shoot! Shoot! Kill! These fucking caves and shit, man. I don't get what this place is supposed to be. It's like ancient ruins inside a fucking mountain, but it looks like they just left like 5 minutes ago. There's bars in it, and then there's like modern things like medkits and guns, so I mean, can't be that ancient. Like, I guess Lara just, I mean, she's rich, she probably just pays someone to go ahead and just set all this up for her, right? I don't remember where I'm supposed to go in here. I don't remember shit about this level. I never liked this level. Well, it's probably pretty safe to say I didn't like any of the levels. And why can't this strafing thing just be out on the main keys, you know? It makes sense. Instead I have to press the numeric keypad every time. Everything in this game looks dumb. The game's dumb. Am I going to get shut in here? Why do I feel like the door's going to close? I don't know what was in that hole. I should probably, like, check that out, really, shouldn't I? The amount of drawing order problems this has. Doesn't look like there's anything in there. Oh, well. What a pointless feature. Guess they thought the floor needed breaking up a bit. Ah, fuck off. And that's because the controls are retarded. Now you see I have to press the jump button to do that, because otherwise she'll push the block, so that's like a year for fucking consistency. Oh no, that hole's filled with, like, straw. I guess the bear was living in there or something. Oh, and I can't, like... This fucking game is stupid. I don't know, I always thought it was written for the Saturn because it uses, like, quads or something. I mean, that's what they used to tell us, but then it's like, oh, the PlayStation version's better, and it probably is, because it seems like Core was in bed with Sony, but... You know, it used to be commonly believed that one of the reasons everything was square was because it was written for the Saturn initially or something. But I don't know that there's any truth to that whatsoever. Fucking Jaguar Paw. I'm sure that would have been... I would have played that version if that was a thing. Wow, that lit it up. That's no good, I just wondered if it'd sit there. I hoped it would, like, fall through the straw, like, compact it. Uh-oh, deadly bats. Well, I can't kill them now. Just shoot up all these ancient artifacts. Chip, chip. I'm sorry, bats, but I'm not a nice person. No. It's a key, pick it up, you dumb fucking whore. There we go. This engine is made out of depth sorting issues. Don't ever expect those to go away. What does this do? I don't know what it does. It's a sprite, so I mean it's got that going for it, I suppose. I don't know if I can get up there. No. It's like she bangs her head on a ceiling somewhere. Can I pick this up? Will it set a trap off? Would be nice. Nah, doesn't look like it. What a pity. Yeah, I can't get up there. Oh well. I guess I got no ways to go but back the way I fucking came from. Yeah, how am I going to do that? Well, I guess I could push that over here. But then will it push over those things? No, I'm not asking you, stupid fucking bitch. So you can press that and the timing is so precise. And I can't just hold the button, can I? To push it another square. No, I have to let off and then push it again. Even though there's plenty of these that you have to push over multiple squares, and that would be the thing you... Yeah, to be honest, I never saw, like, the whole thing about wanting to screw Lara Croft. Even when she got higher polys, I don't think she looks good. It's kind of like a horrible moment where you fire the game up for the first time in years, like, right after playing Sonic Adventure, and you realise you would rather fuck Amy from Sonic Adventure than this Lara Croft. I'm not even a fucking fairy, it's just that between the two of them, that's the more fuckable option. It actually looks more fucking human than this, even though it's not trying to represent one. It's fucking amazing. personally, I'd rather fuck neither of them, but it's like, if it came down to it, then yeah, it's a pretty easy choice at that point. Gotta be honest. How do I get out of here? Game. See, someone, somewhere, is going to know this game like the back of the hand. I'm sorry. I'm glad I'm not you. That's all I have to say on that. Maybe I need to push the box in here. Jesus Christ, you're probably... Oh, no. At least you can pull them. There's some games where you can't, I guess. To this day, I still own one game on the fucking Jaguar, and that's Cybermorph. That's it. That's all I own. Why can't I just hold the buttons? No! Why can't I just hold the buttons, and why can't you behave consistently, game? This is so fucking irritating. The animation is so fucking slow. I think about the only thing I like about this Lara model is the way her expression changes when she's trying to kill something. She gets that on her face. That's it. Come on. How fucking far? Like, this is a piss take, surely. Like, there's no challenge here, is there? It's just annoying. There's no need. There's no fucking need. Like, this isn't a puzzle. It's pretty obvious what I have to do. That's the puzzle solved. Just let me push the box faster, or fucking design the controls better. These things weren't complicated. Oh, I forgot that bet was in here. See, my shoot button is rarely responsive for some reason. Really, where is it? Don't know. Kill it. There you go. It's dead. So I can't be remembering wrong. It must be like a later game or something where you can press the forward button twice, like in quick succession, and she'll automatically, like, hop up a ledge. I never remember that being a thing. Okay, well that's that way done. Let's back the entrance. This layout's confusing. I know there's stuff down the water. Oh, bets. Because, you know, I can totally see those really well. It's like grade A game design. I still... It pisses me off there's no music. I would love to put music on right now. But I know if I did, that the copyright system would come and get me. I might sell my fucking Jaguar. It just gathers dust. And I've heard that a lot of them are dying now, so... Might be a good time to sell, because mine still works. Okay, let's see what's down here. Man, the swimming controls are worse than I remember. It's so ugly. It's so fucking ugly. Ugly. Yeah, can't do nothing in here. I remember there being something in here, but I'm probably remembering wrong. I've got to walk around, haven't I? No, there's nothing over there. This room is fucking pointless then, I guess. But yeah, I heard those were like a problem. Why isn't she going under the water? There we go. I can't be pressing a direction button if I want to go under the water. Because having fluent controls would be against the law. Yeah, the CD units definitely die, but I heard the main consoles were. I could be wrong, but... I mean, it's just like people tell me my Model 1 Sega CD is like the unreliable Sega CD, and I think that's just a ploy by collectors to make money. Because the Model 2's the cost-reduced version. That's the one that'll die fast. Jeez. Why'd you light this corner up? There's no fucking air and I didn't save. Oh, for fuck's sake. Why? Why? Can I get a buy on med packs if I have to? Maybe. Laura, don't die. No, Nigel, don't die! It's time for a fucking cigarette, I think. I'm not going to heal her yet. There's no point. Well, the other thing with the Model 2 Sega CD that I find rather peculiar, like, is how the Wonder Mega is based on the Model 2. And those are broken, but my Model 1 Sega CD still works. So, the only problems I've heard of happening with Model 1 Sega CDs are the eject thing, the belt going shit, and maybe a capacitor going out or the battery going flat, which undoubtedly happens to Model 2s as well. So, well, I know it does. So, as far as I'm concerned, the Model 1's better, and collectors are just full of shit, and they're basically saying it so that everybody throws the Model 1s out, and then they're going to come back, and they're like, oh, we've got the only Model 1s, if you want them, you got to give us lots of money. I mean, it's like that scheme I'm running, because everyone just fucking... CPU collectors, I mean, I don't collect CPUs anymore. I got all I set out to get, really, aside from ones I know I'm never going to get hold of. But, you know, all the collectors go nuts for the gold ones, and they just fucking propagate it like it's got gold. They get rid of ceramic ones out of their collection just to get the fucking gold ones. And I'm like, well, you do that. I'll just get the ceramic ones. It's like ceramic first generation Pentiums and shit. Give me another 10, 15 years. Everyone will throw those out for the gold ones. There'll be loads of gold ones because they've got... Even the scalpers realise collectors will pay more than the scrap value to save a gold-capped CPU. So, I'll just keep the ceramic ones. Fuck the gold ones. Like, never went out my way to get those. I'll keep my nice ceramic ones. Give me 10, 15 years. No one else will have them. And I can sell them for, like, way more than I fucking paid because they got rid of all of them. If they're worth more than the scrap value, then the scalpers won't pay for them, and so you know they'll go to other collectors who probably won't fucking use them, but... Yeah, it's just a given with ES. Misprints go for quite a lot. If you can find a CPU that's been misprinted, then you can probably sell it for quite a bit. Like 486s where the print's gone off the edge or is cramped up. Now, the 133 would be like third or fourth to me, but... Because P54, you had like the... P54 was like the 75 to 100, and then the 120 had like some alterations, and then the 133 was like a new die shrink or something. So it's the... kind of the fourth iteration. Yeah, it is basically a P54, but... So it's second generation, I guess, really, but... Fucking level designs. Feel free to help me out in this level. I'll find it. The levels aren't huge, at least. Not yet. But yeah, the first gen Pentiums are just the 60 and the 66, and that's it. There's no other Pentiums in it. All you really have, you have the overdrive for that socket, but that's just a P54. Yeah, there's like P54, P54C, P54CQS, P54CS. I think it's been a while since I looked it up. I can only remember so many at once. No. Ah, fuck! The fucking slow-ass controls. There's no need, is there, Wolf? Let's be honest. Oh, for fuck's sake, I gotta do that fucking box again. They wonder why I hate this game. At least the pistols have infinite ammo, but... Lara, kill them. What are you shooting at the pool for? Shoot the ones that are near you that are going to kill you. There's not even anything over there. I mean, the bar's over here. Oh, bar used the element of surprise. Well, most likely, the die in them's pretty small anyway. You can easily fit the dies they used in the P54 on, like, your thumbnail. The P5 dies, I've never seen one of them out in the... Well, no, I have actually. Those aren't massive either, but they're significantly bigger than the P54. They're big and they're inefficient. They run hot. It's one thing that bothers me using this machine is, like, it's worse on chips that draw a lot of power, then eventually, like, the electrons in the wires will eventually just move and the wires will break and it'll stop working and there'll just be nothing you can do to ever make it work again. But I mean, if you don't use them, they're just going to break anyway, because everything in the universe decays over time, so... We might as well use it. You know, when this Pentium dies and never runs again, at least it's done a lot of stuff. Like, it's got all these things under its belt. And there probably aren't many more P5 chips out there that can really have that said about them, because most of them just didn't really hang around. They got recalled. They're just like the fucking rejects of a thing. Yeah, Athlon dies weren't very big. They're pretty compact, really. I mean, obviously nowadays they'd be absolutely tiny. You could probably fit, like, a machine, like what? A decently quick Athlon, the entire system in a chip the size of like a P54. I would think now. Yeah, it's had an absolute battering, this thing. It's the machine that I seem to beat up on the most. I'm going to beat up on that Chips and Technologies sometime, because I want to do Dark Forces on it. I want to actually just rig it up, play Dark Forces like on a live stream. And we'll see how it handles, because the game does seem to work on a 3860X, so we'll play it the whole way through and see how good the frame rate is and make fun of the Doom engine for being an inefficient piece of shit. Which, no matter how much you like the Doom engine, there's no arguing, it's an inefficient piece of shit. You know, trying to say that thing has efficient rendering, it'd be like me trying to say that build is, like, really stable. It's just not. It's probably more stable than the fucking Doom engine, but it does tend to break a little bit. There's Jedi engine, I think, was just probably all written in assembly by some very skilled people. It amazes me what they managed to pull off with that. I've played it myself since, but yeah, the last time I played it on here would have been on the next gen. And that had some mysterious performance hits, which I would just think is instructions been processed in like the wrong order or translated badly. I don't know. I mean, it's not like I designed the CPU, so I have no idea what's going on inside it, but it does strange things, that next gen. I kind of like it, but it's really not very useful. It just has issues doing the most basic tasks. It's like how I have to run Windows with no video drivers, because video drivers tend to fucking crash the thing for some reason. Blame the VLB implementation, I guess. Some people have told me the PCI versions are better, but I mean the motherboards are different. Finding a motherboard and CPU, I'm not going to try that hard because I just don't think it's very likely. And the thing about stuff like that is it only seems to show up when I'm not looking for it anyway. It seems to basically just appear, like I'll be somewhere and some fucking listing will show up on eBay, or you know, I'll check a forum for the first time in months and someone will just pop up within minutes like, I'm selling this. And it's like, oh cool, I want that. I guess now I'm not going to eat for a few weeks. But that's fine. If I can't afford it, I do without. There was a Chips 38605 sold last year. I was aware of it, but I just didn't have the money, and I'm like, odds are it's never going to get used, because I'd have to find another one of them top micro boards, and I don't actually know if the extra pins are for the 38605. So even if I wired it up, there's a risk it's going to blow up, and I'm not sure I'd ever have the balls to try it. So you're like, well, I don't know how many of these CPUs or motherboards there are. Do I really want to risk blowing it up? I can't find a data sheet for it that says a pin out. I don't have the tools to reverse engineer the motherboard, even if I did have the pin outs. So it just wouldn't be safe. So unfortunately that one probably is just going to sit in a box in someone's shelf and never really be turned on, but you know, there's not much point in me buying something I'm not going to be able to use. So I'd rather have the machine doing something. This fucking game. Yeah, it's UMC's branding is kind of reminiscent of it with the Super, like 33, Super 40 and stuff. I think the UMC chips are more deserving of the Super title, because those things perform like way better than they have any right to. And at tinfoil hat time, I find it mighty suspicious how when you actually look at the increase in speed of a Pentium, it's about 33%, and when you look at the increase in speed on the U5, it's about 33%. Windows 98 misdetects the U5 as a Pentium and then crashes. The settlement between Intel and UMC was largely out of court. It's kind of fucking strange when you think about it. Maybe that technology didn't go away. We might actually be at this very moment experiencing a U5 with a floating point unit. I don't think so, but you have to wonder, did that technology make it into the Pentium? Was that the deal with UMC that made Intel leave them alone? That, oh well, you know, just sell us your design, we'll implement some of that ourselves. Now, what a shocker it would be if it actually turned out that was the case. So, I didn't press that. It does that, this game. If you stand there and look, occasionally she'll leap like this. Really weird. I've never figured out why. You know, that's the sound she makes when she, like, takes a dump after the adventure. She gets out the other side of the mountain, she just runs full pelt for that porta potty. You just hear the door slam. Thing is, with technology, like, nothing would really surprise me anymore. It's quite a shady industry. There's a lot of weird things that go on behind the scenes, and sometimes they come out and sometimes they don't, and that's one of those where I'll always wonder, will you listen to my controls, Lara? There is one cool thing here. I mean, we're not in Windows, so I don't have to worry about the Windows key. That looked like shotgun ammo, but it wasn't. It's just a rendering engine being dodgy. I always liked that black line where the water ripples. It always pissed me off. You know, refinement of the game. Who needs that? Like, can't you just get the edges of the polygons to stick together? Yes, I still want to get one of those embedded 486s that they still make, the ZF Micro. In a couple of months I might chase up one of the board makers that uses them and see if they'll sell me one. It'll be expensive, but I'd quite like to mess with one just to see how compatible they are. And see if they are based on an existing design or if it's ZF Micro's own implementation of it. Because that would be... Yeah, you're telling me it's hard to control. Because that would be quite interesting if it was an all-new design. Like, you know, somebody's actually making a brand new... Well, I mean, it's been around like over a decade now, but... You know, a 486 that's a new design and was made this century. It'd be pretty weird. Yeah, well, even then, just sticking the edges together, you'd generally solve the problem. I sort of wonder if that goes on in Tomb Raider 4 because of the way that textures scale with, like, polygons that move down, like, you know, doors that open and things sometimes. They obviously had some system where they could tag what the texture was being smudged around by. I don't know what I just picked up or why I would need to go up there, but... Well, I guess we'll go up that. That just goes down onto that. No, it doesn't. So... She really launched herself last time. I don't know, I always just figured she just sits in her mansion and thinks about how great she is, but I don't know. It's just what goes on in my mind as what she would do. I don't know. I've only played the Dreamcast one. I've like seen other versions of it, but what the fuck did that Switch even do anywhere? Ah. I see now. Ah, I see now. Yeah, nothing in there, so I guess it's just a falling pool. Oh, that's lovely. Breakable floors. Let's just walk on it. I hope it's not a one-time deal. We're going to be fucked if it is. Yeah, it makes very little difference to me whether they were using it by then or not. The game just looks crap regardless. And I'm still pissed about that Jeep being broken, because that just implies that they just really half-assed the Dreamcast port. They just didn't bother with it. Let's just not implement an actual feature that's part of the game, you know. Probably just didn't test it. I mean, heaven knows why it wouldn't work. I mean, it was based on an older version of the game. I suppose it wouldn't be unheard of to do that for a port, you know, go back to before it was optimised for the PlayStation or whatever. Do they? Oh. It actually rings a bell, yeah, you might be right on that. Hopefully I don't have to go back down there anyway, you know, maybe it'll be alright. Lack of music. Like, would it have killed them to have just ambient loop or something? Just have something! Look, I never got the 3D effects mode in this game to work. The only thing that did was crash the game as soon as the menu appeared. And it didn't matter what fucking card I used or what driver version. So I'm convinced it doesn't really work. There'll be one configuration that'll work. You probably need like a fucking specific revision of the card. It's usually the case with 3DFX. Like 3DFX compatible does not mean globally. It means on a particular card. Go! I remembered just a second too late. Yeah, I get it. I'm dead. The city of Villicambria. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, at least it'll be faster this time, but... Kill the wolves. Kills them. Kills them now. They don't take damage until they get up, do they? Now, you can eat extra bullets, because you're the fucker that tried to eat me before. Oh shit, his brother's mad at me. Of course, you're still aiming for the dead one. Aim for the living one, Lara. Shit, fuck's sake. Runs great on a Pentium. You know what we really do need to do is put a fucking Voodoo 1 in here, and then we'll see how well the game runs. That poor CPU having to act like a 3D accelerator. Like, you know, because I'm still not convinced that the 3DFX cards do anything but add Vaseline. I'm honestly convinced that all it does is enable, like, certain functions to run on the CPU and does everything else. Like, just... the card only applies filtering or something. Because performance scales linearly with CPU, and it really shouldn't happen. Like, there should be a point where it's going to have an impact, because it can deliver things to the card faster, and, you know, the CPU's going to be less busy doing whatever it's doing, running game logic, but... I mean, come on, it's such a linear fucking scale. I just don't think the card does much. Like, I mean, prove me fucking wrong. See, you want to try Orchid's cards, their fucking Windows drivers don't work, you have to use some weird third-party ones. The Orchid ones just crash Windows 95. Like, invariably, it's not like a one-off incident, they just don't work. It's fucking garbage. There we go. Right, what was up here? There was something on here. Oh, ammunition for a gun I don't have yet. That is never worth using because fucking there's no ammo in this game. Vilcabamba! See, I'm not convinced it does any of those things. I'm really not, because I've never seen any proof that it does, and the performance is so bad, unless you have like a CPU that probably wasn't even out at the time or was infeasibly expensive, especially after wasting all your budget on a fucking 3D accelerator. But I really am doubtful the card does many things itself. I think it just leans on the fucking processor the whole fucking time. The card is just like, enable this thing key, that's all it does. Oh, I was hoping we'd get a look at the face, see if I could get that. I can't move the camera in far enough, it's not far. Oh no, I just find the expression funny. That, oh, die, that she has. Yeah, because now you're on a Pentium 2, right? Now it might actually be able to outrun Visa modes. But I don't really know. I'm not convinced that they're doing anything. And I never will be. It's pointless anyway. I mean, there's only like fucking 3 games or some supported. They all look like Interstate 76 where it doesn't really make a difference. The game just looks like trash regardless of what you're running on. I do kind of like the crappy look of Interstate 76, admittedly. For some reason, that really bare-bones sort of polygons look appeals to me slightly. It looks better than this game. Honestly, I'd rather be stuck with Interstate 76's visuals than this. Now, there's a thing, isn't there? I said I'd rather fuck Amy Rose than this version of Tomb Raider, and really rather fuck neither of them. What if it was between this Lara Croft and, like, Jade from fucking Interstate 76 Nitro Pack or whatever? They'd get mad. One of them would get jealous over who has, like, the more pointy fucking tits. It's awful. It's fucking awful. Yeah, now you see, that fascinates me about the Pentium 2, because it makes me wonder whether, you know, the Pentium Pro is really as crap as it seems to be, or if it's just the motherboards it plugged into. I don't think it was a good CPU for its time, like, unless you wanted to put it in, like, some massive SMP configuration somewhere. You know, it's not exactly a Pentium 1 replacement, but the Pentium 2 is really good. So, what did they fix? I mean, the Pentium 2 has the 440BX chipset to play on, so you know, I think that probably is a big part of it. The 440BX is an awesome piece of kit. There's a reason it was so popular, because it just fucking works. It's one of those things. I could only find one Glide demo, and I talked to several sceners who said they fucking hated the 3DFX cards because of various limits that they had. All of them basically reported that demo scene was never interested in it because it was not very good. Yeah, Pentium 2 Overdrive. I'd be more interested in one of them slot kits that lets you use a Pentium Pro in a slot 1 motherboard. They do show up occasionally, but I don't really want to waste money on one. I'm just hoping somebody else does those tests for me. I still won't trust them entirely, because I like just doing my own tests. I'm stubborn like that. But the more tests the better, because then you can compare results and find weird things about the hardware. You know, that's when you discover, like, oh, well, hang on a minute, you know, why is that happening? This chipset does weird things, or, well, hang on a minute, this software is, like, maybe not the best thing to use because this software does weird things. And I think I've referenced it a few times, but it's just the one I always remember is, you know, I play around with, like, first-gen Pentium 1s. And so while I was messing with them, there was, years back, where Backtech was messing with them, and sort of found out that it didn't really matter what he was doing to the machine, Quake wouldn't score any higher, even though other things would. And then I messed with this one and found that it's kind of the same deal, but I'd probably never noticed if I didn't have those results to compare it with. And it does that in other machines. It's rather odd. It's like Quake just decides what speed it's going to run at on a given system, and nothing will make it faster. It's rather peculiar. I haven't left anything in this area, have I? Well, I did wonder about that, like putting a P2 overdrive in a slot 1 board. So that would just be delightfully redundant. It'd be like if I could plug socket 4 chips into socket 5 boards, I would totally plug that overdrive into a fucking socket 5 board. But that's alright, because I mean, I'm just going to plug it into a VLB board instead. So it's kind of like a socket 4, socket 5 VLB Pentium with PCIs. Yeah, that's a clusterfuck. That just has to be done. Unfortunately, it's not very reliable, but I kind of expect it. Was there any reason to turn those off? I don't need to go back there. This game is stupid. Well, yeah, weird looking boards I've ever fucking seen. It's like a socket 4 board, but it's going to have a socket 5 era Pentium in it, with VLB graphics that has a TV tuner on it. I mean, that's just, it's going to work really well, this machine. I'm going to put VLB SCSI in there, because I'm just going to take the hard drive out my T6600. And I just put that back on IDE. It doesn't need to be that fast. You know, we'll have PCI Ethernet in there, and it's, I might just run DOS 5 for, like, even more stability. Because, I mean, you know, DOS 5 is, like, the best. It'll work fucking great. We'll run DOS 4 on there. That'll fucking work great. Like, that will be the bestest fucking machine, like, ever. If I had money to burn, I'd still, like, build that 266 megahertz Celery and just use it as a solitaire machine. Because, I mean, if you run solitaire on one of them things without it breaking, you're doing something right. Because those things are fucking horrible. Oh, it's that water that drags me. Well, there's going to be more of that later. Isn't there a thing in here? Yeah, that's closer than I remember it. I remember that being really long here. A bit like... no. I remember this area being way bigger. God, it's ugly. It's so ugly. I wonder if the game gets uglier towards the end, because I've never been at the end of this game. I mean, I think I said, didn't I, the only time I could be bothered to sit down and play it, it broke to the point where it was, like, unwinnable. No, Lara. No! Oh, she's going this way. You know, I probably remember this level more than the other one. It's sort of a shame that they don't make overdrive chips anymore. I mean, I guess they kind of do, really. They just don't call them overdrive, because one socket usually ends up taking several generations of the CPU, and I mean, let's be honest, that's all the overdrive really was, is like the next generation of CPU. But it was still kind of a cool name. Yeah, I remember the dinosaurs, because there's dinosaurs in this level. Of course, good luck figuring out where you're going. Everything looks the fucking same. We got these gammy wolves to contend with. Shut up, wolves. Oh, there's no crawl button in this game, is there? Kill it. Kill it. Kill it! It's not an alien, it's Mr. Burns! Kill it! Dude, where the fuck am I going? I can't see. Damn game. Oh, this fucking frame rates. You know, if my K5 would run this, I'd probably play it on the K5, but it doesn't work on there. Yet again, the system that really shouldn't work according to, like, history is the one that works. I don't think these wolves are very nice. I think they're fucking horrible wolves. They've got rabies. They need to be put down as soon as possible. See, now there could be an entrance and I just might not be seeing it because of how fucking dark everything is. I don't know. Nothing stays up forever though, it eventually comes down, so I guess it's kind of redundant. It's just what gravity does. Like Lara's titties by now, I would imagine they've gone quite saggy. The intervening years. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I just hate everything about the visuals of this game. It looks so fucking bad. And it's not like it aged bad. It didn't look good in its time. I never thought it fucking... It's just ugly. It's an ugly game. Right, coming this way was a waste of time. I don't know. See, Quake, I know one thing's for sure. It didn't run very well when I was streaming it, and that's all I remember at this point. I've managed to forget about it again, because it's not really very memorable. Oh, for fuck's sake. There's no other way to go. So the entrance probably is in there to, like, Dinosaurville. Dinosaur! Of course it had dinosaurs. I mean, it was like a year after Jurassic Park came out, weren't it? I remember the fucking dinosaur fad in the 90s. Oh man, that was awful. Damn, she's ugly. God, I want to see that kill face. Why does it not have a gamma adjustment in this game? That would be really nice. Chugs. Oh, there's something in a lot of modern games where they all look basically the same, and that bugs me. You have that sort of folded paper origami look a lot of the time. I don't really rate that. It was alright at first, but it just needs to fuck off now. You have that sort of plasticine look, like that fucking Overcooked or whatever it's called. And it's like... I've noticed that a lot of screenshots that people have posted when they're going on about new games coming out, I don't know what the fuck the games are, I don't pay attention, I couldn't care less, seem to have this weird pink overtone to them now. It's like we've moved on from grey and brown, now we're pink. There's sort of an issue I have with the whole photorealism and Uncanny Valley. You see, a friend of mine, he hits Uncanny Valley really early. As in, like, the Star Fox boss will freak him the fuck out. Like, he can't stand looking at sort of really primitive polygon faces. It just bothers him. Whereas he can look at things like the fucking polar fucking railway, like, it doesn't really upset him any. Whereas I've yet to find, like, polygon people and stuff that make me feel ill in that way. Which makes me think, as you approach the crunch point of, like, 3D rendering technology, what's probably going to happen is we're going to reach a point where the technology can't get any better, and that's when I'll hit Uncanny Valley and it'll all bug me and I won't be able to fucking do anything about it. I mean, that is the sort of look I would have, and it's shite. I'm not going to play this much longer. I'm tired. This fucking tries my patience. I never liked this game. I'm going to fucking try and beat it because I put all that time into it all those years ago. But now, if there's holes or something in that bridge, I'm not going to be able to see them with the way this game renders things. This is just treacherous. I think I managed to get into that waterfall before, but yeah, this is where you come to solve a puzzle and then that dude comes out, I think. Can't quite remember, but I think it was something like that. Oh no. Now, like everything else in this game, it's fucking slow. It's so slow. I don't really even know what games are out now, like, thinking about it. I just have no knowledge of this. It's not something I follow. Oh, fuck's sake. The mid-2000s somewhere is about where I draw the line. I think Mirror's Edge or The Sims 3, whichever one of them came last, is just... That's my okay, I'm done with this now point. Just nothing beyond there appeals to me. There's been like the odd thing where it's like, it looks cool, but I don't want to pay for it, and I'm not buying a whole fucking console just to play that, and even then I might not like it, I don't know. Because it's not like I can just download a shareware and try it out. Borderlands. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'd go for if I was going to design a game, because I'm not really sure what I'd design now. Fuck knows how it'd come out. Probably not very nice. Not really very good at the whole visual side of things. If I had to do my own graphics from scratch, I probably would go cartoony just because it's about the only thing I could do. I wouldn't mind trying to do like a sort of black and white pencil look, I suppose. That would be kind of cool. I'm sure it's been tried before. Hat in Time doesn't really do anything for me. It looks alright, it doesn't irritate me from what I've seen, it has that going for it. Like, it seems alright. It's the sort of thing I might play if I was around someone else's house and be like, yeah, it was okay, you know. But that's about all I can say for it. I'm not going to run out and buy it. I'm not going to use my bandwidth to torrent it. Got plenty of this old stuff to get through. I still got to get through Atlantis 2 someday. Fucking dinosaurs. Why couldn't they just stay extinct? Cheap games. You see, I have seen some of the abominations that are cheap games now. Some of the things that have been allowed on, like, Steam and shit. It's just like, wow. The standards really aren't that high sometimes. Ah, yeah, my frame rate's great here. You know, say, it's just what I need when I gotta face a fucking dinosaur like this. Uh-oh. It's gonna eat us. Get up there, Lara. You can't reach me in here, can he? Yeah, I can. That's broken, you sons of bitches. At least I got to see her kill face. Did it die? Can't tell. I think it just ran away. That dinosaur's a coward. Just die already, dinosaur. It's a dinosaur. Fuck you, dinosaur. No match for me. I don't know why Lara didn't just chest barge the dinosaur. I mean, it'd be a bit of a sore point, really. It would probably, like, just impale it, and it would die. It would just bleed out. You know, everyone would be happy, especially me. Uh-oh. And it's dead. Yeah, it's, I always wonder about that in games, like, how does this work out in the game world? I'm sure there's been games where things don't stop, they just slow down. There's definitely been survival horror games where, you know, if you press, like, the button, like, menus and stuff won't come up if you're being chased. Just a message comes on, I don't have time for this now, I can't do this now. I don't think it's been too common over the years, or it wasn't until the point I dropped out. Maybe it became more common later, but it's after my time. If it, oh, for fuck's sake, you can't go around corners in this, can you? See, I know there's a point where you can just bust the game and climb all over, like, things I don't even think you're supposed to, but... Oh, wow, more ammo for that gun I don't have. Yeah, but it's really weird. It's like indoors, and yet there's trees and shit. So, what are these locations even supposed to be? They obviously took, like, you know, leaves out of the book on Doom level design. Just give the level a name. Doesn't matter if it looks anything like the thing you claim it is. Just give it a name. Make it sound cool. That'll be enough. That'll shut up the peasants. Oh, the brightness ain't down here, is it? Oh, it's like the rave light and you get in the water. I'm gonna say, it's not just gonna let me out, is it? Dead. Kill it. It's dead. Yeah, but... I mean, come on, man. It can't be that hard to just draw a picture behind the level. Like, it doesn't have to be, like, properly parallaxed or anything. Just draw a picture behind the level. I mean, that's all you're basically doing, right? Draw the picture, then draw the level, and just draw nothing where the picture is. And so, you know, where the sky is. Draw nothing. And then what was there is still going to be on the screen, and so the sky is there. And it doesn't move with the level geometry. I don't even write rendering code, and even I understand this principle. Like, how difficult can it be to implement? Like, if you have a renderer and it's rendering things, then surely you can get it to render both a static image and render nothings. Maybe, but I always thought this area's indoors. It just feels like it's indoors. So, I mean, I guess it is Tomb Raider, so I guess it should be indoors, because tombs are usually enclosed, right? I thought I could get in here. I guess I can't. But the shotgun's in there, isn't it? That is finicky. No, it's not. What is in here? Bring. Oh, shotgun ammunition. Just give me the goddamn gun already. What if I miss the gun? Do I get another chance to pick it up? Probably not. Now we're going to play the whole game with no shotgun. That's going to be good. Oh, no, now she's stuck. Okay. Ugly fucking hole. Stop. Oh, sinuses. I might sneeze, I apologise. Usually quite good at not doing that on stream, but... well, there's always got to be that exception. No! Lara, you fucking bitch. Lara? It's not this bit, because there's no way I can go from here. I definitely remember there being, like, places where I could just climb way around to stuff I wasn't ever supposed to. Yeah, the thing is, you end up never using any of the other weapons just because the ammo for them ends up running out. The ammo we're picking up now is about all we're going to find. I don't think I even need to go in these caves. I think I just need to pick a cog up from somewhere, at some pool at the bottom of a waterfall, and then that's basically it. There's 3 and 4, I don't remember ever playing those. I might have done. I think I might have played 2 for about 5 minutes on someone's PlayStation or something. Or it might have been 3. And I played Last Revelation, but something stopped, I think. Discs got broken or something, I don't know. I don't care. It wasn't. It was better than this game, I guess, I'll give it that. It's probably the least shit of the ones I've seen that run on this crappy fucking engine. So I never thought this was an acceptable fucking product, really, but... oh, what would I know? I don't work in this fucking industry. Shit. Why do I feel like that might be the... Oh no, I still think Angel of Darkness was the first one that actually had any semblance of being a proper fucking game. It wasn't very good, but it at least seemed like it was a fucking game. Wow, it's a bit dangerous up here. Would I feel like she's gonna offer that and I'm gonna take a fuck ton of damage? I took damage on a ramp. That's illegal. You're not supposed to do that, game. Yeah, but I'm sure Chronicles was their attempt to kill it. I'm sure I remember hearing that. Like that core tried to kill it. It's the same way I'm sure I remember hearing that the guy, like, based Lara on his sister and then just fucking backtracked that statement years later when he realised how creepy it was. I mean, that really is the only redeeming quality of this game, is that the guy was just sexualising his sister. I approve of that, but the rest of it can just fuck off. Yeah, it's like I said, they definitely were like people who said that it was built for Saturn, and that was why it looked that way. But I really don't know if there's any truth to that whatsoever. Because it does seem they were sucking Sony's dick, so... I have no idea what I'm doing here. This bridge is broken, I'll tell you that much. I should detect some edge here at least. Oh, these frame rates. Yeah, it seemed to become more of a thing in the 2000s, the whole, like, if you're sliding down a cliff it won't hurt you thing. Crysis has this weird behaviour where if the cliff's too steep, you go into the skydive animation and then take damage as he smacks his head against random pebbles. But I mean, Crysis is pretty broken. It's fun to mess with the sandbox. Yeah, I remember it happening in some Unreal-based games. Don't know about Quake-based games because they never fucking run right on my machines. I remember in Tomb Raider 4 how you could grab shit on the way down if... Wow, frame rate's bad here. You know, if you fell down something, you could just press control and, like, grab a ledge before you hit the bottom and you'd take no damage. And of course everyone knows the Mario 64 ground pound thing. Where is that other cog? Yeah, Halo 1's fall damage is weird. Someday I might install Trial on my Athlon and see if I can do the shit I used to do with the Jeep again. Like, see if I can get down into areas of the level that you're not supposed to. There's nothing down there. There's lots and lots of geometry you don't even fucking see. But... that was weird. I'm still kind of baffled by that area under the Mars Arena in that Robot Wars game, because you never go there and there's no conceivable reason you ever would. So that's all a bit weird. Maybe the designers were just bored. Okay, I'm sure that cog's around here somewhere. Of course, trying to spot things in here is easier said than done. Yeah, if you fall too far, his neck just breaks, basically. He's... if you take a Jeep, you can sort of get out the Jeep, and if you get out of it as it turns just right, before he would get bailed out of it, then you stand on it, and so it cancels the fall damage, and you can fall quite far. But as the Jeep builds velocity, like if it's too slow, then the Jeep's like obviously sort of considered to be moving at high speed, and it acts like it's hit you, and you die, so it's kind of luck based. I don't know, there's probably some task somewhere where somebody actually just uses it in some way. It's probably useful, but I don't know. I don't do that. So I'm sure there was 3 cogs. Well, I ain't seen one, and I don't remember anything being in the caves down this side, so I guess we're just going to leave this area, because I can't think of anything else to fucking do in here. Leave some tards around the trees, maybe. Let those dinosaurs know it's my territory now. It belongs to me. And they're never going to get it back. But I don't think Lara's territorial, so I don't think we can do that. Oh, what's in here? Nothing is in there. It's probably a place to fight the dinosaur that the devs put in, but like it's not obvious, so good luck finding it. Yeah, we found out how to get out of bounds in multiplayer, like me and this dude, a few times. That was quite fun. It wasn't useful for anything, it was just entertaining to do something you knew the game didn't really want you to do. But it took fucking ages for some reason. Which makes me think that usually there's probably death barriers going on. The thing with the Jeep and that, it seems like there are death barriers beyond a certain point, and I don't think Blood Gulch has one. So I think it just waits until you hit like the bottom of the map, in effect. Yeah, I never fucking... I had the full version, I only multiplayed on it, and the pistol felt nerfed, and I can't be bothered, and there were less servers for it than there were for trial, so... It's just like, I'll just go back to trial. I don't invest much time in this game, it's just kind of a... I've got to go out in like half an hour, I'll just have a quick game of Halo, sort of thing. Because it run on pretty much any machine, you know... It was easy to set up, there were always lots of people playing it. I don't really liked the game, but it was playable. Yeah, he said that would work. I don't know that would add much of anything of value to the game, but... I mean, this game, at least, I suppose, doesn't technically fail the Duke Nukem test, just by account of the fact there are no bathrooms in this game, so... Therefore, you know, we can't use them, and it doesn't fail the test, because it doesn't fail to have working ones by default. Even then, I dread to think how bad the animation would be on this game. It'd probably take 10 years to complete said animation. I think it would just be... It's actually one game where I think doesn't need that feature. It's the only time I'm like, yeah, okay, maybe don't implement that. Oh, what? Oh, that's the where I came from. Jeez, where was it? This way. I'm going to save. I don't know, I'd be more bothered if she could, like, produce ammo out of thin air. Because I definitely remember that being a problem in the later levels, like where those centaurs come out. Walk button took a moment to work there. That makes me nervous. Yeah, she definitely hits the ceiling there. Right, and then there's this one. Come on. This game so needs music and ambient tracks. It really does. Why does it not have them? Oh, it blows. If that corner is an attempt to save frame rate, I don't think it's doing anything. Might as well not bothered. All looks the same. It's all ugly. Now this bridge was fine, wasn't it? This one worked. So, yes, cogs. And cogs. I see a peg for a third one. Yeah, the game's controls just make me nervous. Where's the other cog, damn it? Yes. Don't you only talk to me out my right speaker, how dare you? I don't know where that cog is. I guess it's in the dinosaur zone. But that's all I can guess. I don't know. I'm not a total expert in these matters. Ah. Fucking, I just want to finish this level and go to bed. I've had enough. Rose Tower's probably going to have working bathrooms by account of the fact that they are in one of the levels, and I just know I'm going to get shit if I don't implement that. And it's like, well, it is a build engine thing, so I guess really it should be there. But of course, I have these ideas and then realise I have to animate the model, and I don't do 3D modelling, so it's like, oh yeah, more animations. That's just what I needed. Well, let's go and find that stupid cog. So at least like to finish this level before I quit for the night. It's always fucking something. As a subject to that code, I am still tempted to then just make the ocean like texture yellow just because of my lyrics to that song. If you keep mashing the button in there, that it's just gonna turn the ocean this dodgy yellow colour. Because why not? What good is a game if it don't have jokes in? And if the joke's disgusting, then it's even better. Oh, I always thought they were more exaggerated in this one, but it was just because they're pointy. See, I didn't take damage from that slope. Well, yeah, basically, if you keep using it over and over, there'll be just some, like, bit that gets flipped somewhere. So then there's a check when the level loads of, if, you know, a floor has this texture, then change it to this palette. Might as well. It's not hard to implement. Honestly, the hardest part is going to be animating the model, especially as Misfit doesn't seem to save skeletons in, like, obj files up on closing, and it sure as shit don't save them in MD3, because MD3 don't support that. So, yeah, I have to do all the animations in one go. That's going to be a problem. Maybe I'll just pay somebody to do those things. I don't know. We'll see what happens if I get that far with the project. I mean, there's every chance I'll just get bored of it and be like, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. Leave it to someone else. I might look at a walkthrough, because this is really fucking bugging me. I don't want to fucking play this anymore today. I've had enough of it. It wasn't in some obscure little corner, was it? My stomach hurts. Ugh. I have had no medication for my stomach for months now, and it is fucking horrible. Now you see, we could be stood right on top of this cog, but would we see it? No, of course not. Yeah, I'm gonna look and walk through it just to save everybody's time, because I don't think anyone wants to see me wandering around the map. It's not exactly like this is a challenge, is it? But again, the game's relying on tedium rather than actual challenge. I mean, there's an argument that, oh, it's exploration, and it is to a point, but there comes a point where it's just not, you know, where it's just tedious. Oh, fuck's sake. I need the edge. Yeah. Right. Oh, you fucking GDPR. No, I don't give permission to any cookies. Fuck off. Vilka Bambo, we already did that. The Lost Valley. Yeah, I know about the fucking T-Rex. Oh man, this wiki is broken. For fuck's sake. Yeah, temple. Okay. I care about your secrets. This fucking walkthrough's horrid. I don't know. You never really do know on the internet these days, like, what sort of reaction something's going to generate. It's safe bet that you really can't do anything without somebody getting mad at it, but... I don't really... Just let people get mad, you know? Fuck's sake. Controls. Right, there's no cogs down here, is there? Laura, do as you're told. The fuck, man? Building at the front. Right, we'll follow the walkthrough from there. So, come on, move. Right, so that's the building. Turn right, follow the underwater passage, find a cog. Exit the building, cross the bridge. Already did that. Go to the left, then you'll find an opening in the right. Fairly somewhat camouflaged. Roughly opposite the rock arch and the building where you found the first cog. I've used it earlier to hide from this middle opening. Really? So this was the archway. It's opposite the archway and camouflaged. But I don't see one there. It's the only one I know of here. Is that? And proceed where the passage winds, blows it, yeah. From above, jump down in the room. Looks to the right. Find the third, really. Is it though? This doesn't match the description very well. Off. So it's like the opposite of what they describe. This implies the cog would be here, but it's not. I suppose the PlayStation version might be different. Also, there's no water in here. This is the one with the bridge. Unless you want me to face the other way. Which way am I facing? Right, yeah, this doesn't line up. Or I'm reading it wrong. Fuck's sake. Maybe it's there, but I mean, it's not really opposite, is it? I've already been in here. I mean, this is the room with the small pool, but I don't see any cogs in here. Fucking geometry, get out my way. This is going to be painful. I know some of the later levels actually been like less worse. Like ones where it looks like they put a bit more time in designing them. So these go higher and I've just not been able to see it. Okay. Well, that's horrible. Thanks, game, I totally appreciate it. It looked like a camera controller was trying to work then. To sort of show me, like, up here, like, hey, look there. But ouch. Yeah, I've used compasses in real life before. I kind of know how they work, but it just didn't match up with what the walkthrough was saying, or I'm too tired to comprehend it. Doesn't matter, I found it, so now I got this long walk back. We'll just go back like that. Yeah, let's not. Yeah, sometimes things looking cruddy actually works in their favour. Sometimes you just gotta accept, like, your losses with these things. Like, I can't make it look good, I'm just gonna make it worse on purpose. It's like the way I design, like, graphics for my channel and my website and shit. I used to try fighting that look. I really didn't want to look like that. Cause, like, it looks like some shitty 90s instruction manual or something. And I don't want to look like dated like that. But no matter how hard I tried, it would still fucking happen. And so I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to embrace it. I'm just going to do it on purpose. I'm going to do it more. Because it seems to be how it comes out. And there's no point in fighting it. And now I've got a design I'm just happy to stay with forever. If she does break her neck and you fall far enough, it serves her fucking right. Can't stand the bitch. She's horrible. I mean, I think we've discovered whilst playing this, I think now I understand why people turn furry. It all makes sense to me now. It's like, say you didn't have access to, like, real women, which, you know, have been offered. Prostitution's really cheap where I come from, so... That aside, you know... Oh, fuck you, game. Lara, grab the ledge. She won't grab the ledge. Now I gotta do all that again. This is fucking... bollocks. Oh no, she still goes crack if she lands on her feet, but yeah, diving will trigger it faster. But yeah, like I say, you know, I can see where if those was all you had to look at, you know, you're isolated, you live in your bedroom or your basement, I can see why people would come to such conclusions. It actually makes sense, sort of, now. I still think it's kind of sad, really. It's probably just go outside more. But whatever, it ain't my problem. What's going to go wrong next? I don't know, but I'm definitely, like, quitting at the end of this level. I don't usually stream when I'm this tired, but I've been trying to do this for days and shit keeps getting in the way, and I'm just like, no. Fuck off. I'm going to stream some of this today, even if it fucking is the end of me. Fucking high that is sending me is most likely ending me. Why the fuck did they get rid of that song in Silent Hill 3? I still find it weird how, like, the intro video and everything is cut for that song, and they change it to that sort of Rush Job sounding one. Like, it's really weird. Bit of a shame. I didn't mind the song they had at first. It was alright. Okay. The machine should work now. The cogs were placed at turns, I mean, really it still hasn't worked. And I was sure you had to place them in order, but it doesn't look like it. Okay. Let's fucking... That was lucky. Where's this go? Oh, do we go to another level before we go to that dude? Is that like a comeback later thing? Maybe it is. Oh, somebody died here. That'll be those people Lara sent in, like, to set it all up for her, you know, to drop all the medkits and shotguns so she has an easy time of it. People have died for you, Lara. You do realise that, right? You're not a very nice person. I don't really like you. Does this come out the side of that waterfall? Where's this going? No, turn around, you dumb bitch. Turn around every now and then I get a little bit. Fuck's sake. Everything's there to be made fun of. I don't think there's any limit on what you can make fun of. People either like it or they don't. If they don't like it, they can just not pay attention to it. Howdy, way back, Tech. Yeah, so It's not a game I've ever been a huge fan of, so I'm going to try to complete it. Not today, though. I'm going to bail after I finish this level. But last time I played it seems to have been like 2005. Great, I took damage. And it broke in some weird way where a lever sort of went backwards into a wall. I couldn't activate it, couldn't complete the level. Reloaded an earlier save, did the same thing again. I just got mad and didn't play it anymore. So I'm like, well, no, I'm going to try playing that again. So maybe this time it won't happen. I thought that dude came out now. I guess not. Great, what do I do now? Ah. So you do go behind the waterfall. I wasn't entirely misremembering. It looks like the level ends. I'm sure that dude came out, but I guess not. I could swear there was a boss fight. Well, evidently no boss fight. I suppose that suits me fine. I could do without having a boss fight. So I'm probably about done here, I think, for the night, in all honesty. How many levels does this game have? Well, isn't it like 22 levels or something? And this is like, what, 4th level? There's still quite a way to go. And some of the levels do get pretty big, I think. Yeah, I think Legend was the last one I played. The later games were definitely better than the early ones. Well, you know, people bash on Angel of Darkness, and I can understand why they bash on it, but at the same time, it did improve a lot of stuff. It didn't use this shitty engine for a start, so it was at least a push in the right direction. Yeah, well, you can probably expect that, like, as I continue streaming this, it's going to be slow. I'm not exactly good at these games. Suppose I'll just see if I can get it killed now, because, like I say, I'm bailing for the night. Oh, that's convenient. What the hell is, like... Oh, it's a shadow. I thought, like, brown guts had come out of her. That little... It sounds like Scunny's ow. Now, there's a question. Would I rather play Save Our Pizzas or this? You know, that's a much more difficult decision than it maybe should be. Oops. So yeah, that's going to do it for tonight. I'm tired. I've got to sleep. I've got to be places in a few hours. I always wondered about that middle page. Oh, it's probably the save game page, isn't it? Yeah, it's fucking Indiana Jones. It just had to be done. Is it just me, or is this screen running at a higher resolution than the other one? I don't know. Let's test that. I mean, it'll show up on the thing, surely. The scaler's on-screen display will come on. So we'll go in here, because that'll be game mode. So this is like 320 by 240 or whatever. And if I exit to the title screen, 640 by 480, it does run at a higher resolution. The only one out of the early ones I played other than this really was the 4th one, and that was on Dreamcast, and I didn't get to complete it because someone busted my discs, or they got stolen, I can't remember. It was better than this one, I'll give it that. And yeah, it's it was a bit of a slog for me this stream because I'm tired. But like I said, I'm like, no, I've been trying to stream this for fucking weeks, and I'm gonna fucking stream some of it today. Might not stream it next time because I still have to do Banjo-Kazooie. I didn't get to play it over Christmas like I wanted to. Yeah, figures. I just find it odd how the menu's set. I wonder if that's why it crashed on my Voodoo 1, because I don't remember it being able to run that resolution. I might be wrong, but everything I ever played on it... Interstate 76 I think runs at that, so that wouldn't have been the... fuck knows. I don't know. I'll never find out, because I'm just not going to play with that. Maybe I'll install that Nude Raider patch, just make her uglier, because I mean, yeah, we totally need to see that. It's fucking awful. But I remember that crashing the game sometimes as well, though. I guess I'll do that if I complete it. Because, I mean, YouTube's never going to pick up on that. There's too many pixels. And that's the only reason to do it, is sort of like the amusement of getting it past the algorithm, I suppose. But let's face it, it ain't going to look good. I'd sooner just fucking mod Sonic Adventure to do something like that. It's fucking... Ugh. But yeah, on that note, that is actually something I want to do. I want to mod Sonic Adventure 2 to play reggae in Knuckles levels, because I don't know why they use hip-hop for him. It's meant to be Jamaican. And those songs are annoying, so I want to see if I just put generic reggae beats in those levels, will those levels be less irritating? Yeah, and built like, 6 years and... I'm tired. This is going to take me a minute to work out. 6 years and 24 days after mine, so... Yeah, great. This game's born the same month I was. But it's a different star sign, at least, I suppose, because I think it's like the 20-something where that would have changed from Libra to whatever the fuck, I don't know. Well, no, Ska could kind of work, but I mean, Ska's kind of like reggae anyway. Punk, I don't think would be his kind of thing. And Ska kind of got hijacked by skinheads. I still remember going in that pub, like, I was bored out my brain. I was just like, what the fuck can I do in this fucking crappy seaside town? And there was this pub, they had a pool table. I'm just like, oh shit, maybe someone will have a game of pool with me. And I walk in, and the first thing I see is like everyone's staring at me. There's this old skinhead at the fucking bar. He's sat on this stool with his pint. The football's on the TV, but he's staring at me. He's this mean-looking bastard. I just, at that point, he had to make a decision. I'm like, if I turn around and walk out, I know I've made a mistake coming in here, but if I turn and walk out, they're going to be like, he's weak, get him. So all I can do is keep walking in and act like nothing's wrong. And so I walked in. The guy looked away from me. He's got this tattoo across the back of his fucking head. It's like, all skins never die or some shit. And I never had any problems in that. Believe it or not. Nobody bothered me. Though you did get people being violent, but they were never violent towards me. So, you know, you left them alone, they left you alone. Some guy came up and asked me if I wanted to play a game of pool. You know, I'm like, yeah, shit, I'll pay for it, let's have a go. Rough as hell. Every inch of the wall out the back was just made of dart holes. Somebody had a wasted talent because the pool table was ripped to hell, and one of the rips in the felt, somebody had scribbled in biro, and they'd scribbled a woman on her back with her legs up, and obviously the rip in the felt was her fucking pussy. But it was really well drawn, like they'd actually done shading with a fucking ballpoint pen. And I'm like, whoever's drawn that is wasting an ability. Like they should be going to art school, like they can live in on that, because it's really good. But, yeah, oh well. Anyway, so I'm going to get out of here, and I guess I have to press that red button on YouTube's interface now when I press stop on OBS, or do I do it the other way? I don't know. I guess we'll see what it does, but I'm going to go to fucking sleep. I'm knackered, and we'll come back and play this game some other time, if not Banjo-Kazooie, or fucking God knows what else. I'm not even going to solitaire it tonight. I'll see you around. Thanks for fucking watching.